Welcome to Back to School Bingo. So in this video, and this is my first one where I'm giving a lesson in a long time, so bear with me. This is definitely, it's just like being in the classroom with Mrs. Smith. She sometimes has to go back to what she was saying. Sometimes she loses her train of thought. Just going to do my best. In this Back to School Bingo game, what we're going to do is we're going to use this as a way for us to discuss and to talk about all the things that prepare us for going back to school. Now, like in most bingo games, you can put a mark on your free space. So if you printed this and you want to put an X on it or put a Lego as one of your markers, or you have like a bingo marker or a penny or a nick, I'm open. Whatever you have next to you, you can put on that square until we make a bingo. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a class bingo. So we're going to try to set one up together. So, and I'm going to give you some examples on how we're going to complete this when we do our meetup. So this is just a video. You're watching me. So unfortunately, we can't talk to each other right now. We will get a chance to talk to each other when we do our Zoom call. So in this instance, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to show you some examples. I'm using my computer screen. That's what you're looking at in front of you. That's actually Mrs. Smith moving this thing around. And you can see my face at the same time because my camera's on. So as I'm showing you this, you can pause me, you can fast forward me, you can do all those things that you really wish you could do in class, but you can't. Okay. So in this first one, I want to give you some examples. So first, I'm going to read to you the squares. You may be able to read these squares on your own, but just in case, you might want to listen. At the very top, we have meet your teacher. You're doing that right now. Wear your favorite outfit to class. So maybe this means that you have a headband you really like, or you have a t-shirt that you really like, or you have even a pair of socks. Mrs. Smith has these rubber ducky socks that I really like to wear, and maybe I'll wear those one day and you'll get to see them. Turn in an assignment on your computer. You will do that this year. Clean up your workspace. That means at the end, or maybe before you get started, you start reorganizing what's there. Memorize your username and password. You may not have to do this. You will need a username and password for your Google account, which the school has for you in order to get into Google Classroom. More information on that later. Go to bed on time. This is something that I struggle with too. Share with your family something new you learned. So after you watch this video, maybe you go and you explain to someone else how this works and what you learned about the teacher's website. Do something outside. That's something we should all do every day. Make your breakfast. Maybe you're not allowed to make your breakfast yet, but you could certainly help clean up. How about make a new friend? We do have some new people in first grade, or maybe you have someone that you didn't get a chance to get to know too well and you want to get to know them. We are going to get a chance to do that. We're going to read lots of books. You're going to get yourself ready for school each morning. We may not be going to St. Dominic's in the physical school, but we are going to St. Dominic's first grade, even if what you're looking at is Mrs. Smith with her couch in the background. Now, when I am getting ready to teach, I put on my correct clothes. I try not to wear my pajamas. I have my hair done. I've brushed my teeth. I've eaten breakfast, and I am ready to go. Doesn't mean I'm not going to make mistakes. It just means that I'm trying my best. Log into your virtual account. That means going into our Google site and playing around. You can do a Google site on your mobile device, so you can use your cell phone. You can do this on your iPad or on any kind of tablet. And also you can use it on your desktop, which is what I'm using it on right now. Next is to wash your hands while counting to 20, or wash your hands while singing Happy Birthday. There's a couple different songs that people have said. That is an excellent way to keep us all safe. How about helping your sibling with their homework? So maybe your sibling is a little baby and you can hear Mackenzie in the background. Maybe you help your sibling and really all their homework is just keeping them active and talking to them. That's learning too. Maybe your sibling is much older than you are. Maybe you can't really help them with your homework, but you could give them a call and say hi. You can also comment during class. So this means that right now, when you're getting ready for your Zoom, you're thinking about what you're going to say, reading a book to your friend or your pet. It could also be a stuffed animal. You could participate in specials activity. We'll begin that next week. Make or pack your lunch one day. So maybe that means that when you're at home and you're like, it's lunchtime and you're like, okay, Mrs. Smith said it's now lunchtime, and you go into the kitchen and you say, hey mom, can I wash that fruit for us? Can I clean the dishes? Can I put something away? Can I take something out for you? That would be an excellent way to complete that square. To do your homework, that begins next week as well. Tell someone about your summer. Get a chance to, if you pass someone or you're at school and you're maintaining a safe distance and you say, hey, what did you do this summer? And you really listen to them. Write a letter to a friend. Now this is neat. I actually had some first graders write me letters and I wrote back. So if you have any interest in maintaining a pen pal relationship with me, Mrs. Smith, I write back and I send stickers. It's a great way to practice your handwriting and your letter writing. Now, wear a face mask. This is something we're all going to be doing. And practice your math facts. Now, it does have multiplication and division. I'm not too sure that we have to worry about those. I'm more worried about counting, addition, and subtraction. So think about starting your counting from different numbers. Start at 50 and count 10 numbers. Start at 75 and count 5 numbers. Start at 105 and count 20 numbers. Try to practice that for about a minute. That would be a good way to fill that square. Okay, so let's give you an example. So here, meet your teacher. You have done that. Your teacher is Mrs. S, that's me, Mrs. Smith, and Mrs. D, who you will meet on Wednesday and Thursday. And so you can make a little X in that square. And then the other one I wanted to mention was to do something outside, something we should do every day. I love to go for walks with my family, and also where I live has a pool, and so we maintain social distancing and we go swim laps in the pool. And then the other one I can make mention of is going into your Google Classroom or signing into Google Sites. And we don't even need to sign into Google Sites, you just get to go onto it. It's just a regular website. And playing around in there, play around without your parents, click on some things, click back. Play with an adult who can read along with you just in case there's some words you haven't seen before. All right, so here are some examples of things that we will be doing together on Friday during our Zoom meetups. There are 3 different Zoom meetups. See, there we go. We have red team, orange team, and yellow team. I just gave you colors because I think rainbow is really neat. And when we meet up in those small groups, we will get to talk about this bingo game. I hope you've worked on some of it. Maybe you can either print it or you can use it digitally like I just did. And we'll get to talk about it a little bit, get to know each other. All right. See you Wednesday, see you Thursday, and see you Friday.